Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Cheers. You might notice I'm using a different cup. I don't know if you do or not, but someone had planned on doing the dishes yesterday, and someone did not, because someone also argued with the kid. The kid didn't go to school yesterday because we had that screw in the tire, and the husband went and got that fixed. But yeah, so I argued with the kid and kind of argued a little bit with the husband, and then things settled down. And then I got totally exhausted like that. And so instead of trying to fight through it while I was trying to decorate, after I got myself calmed down from arguing with the kid and stuff, I went and took a nap. And I don't like taking a nap in the middle of the day. I will if I have to, but I don't like it because I got stuff to do. I can sleep at night, but I got stuff to do. I did not get stuff done yesterday. And then then it stormed. It stormed in the morning yesterday, so I didn't do dishes yesterday morning. It stormed in the evening last night, so I didn't do dishes last night. Apparently, the only break in the storms is when I took a nap. So I just didn't do dishes. So now I have 2 days of dishes to do. There and there on the stove. Bonus. Before I begin anything else. It is what it is. But sometimes we have that. We deal with different things on different days, and some days you need different things. And I was just trying to explain that kind of to the kid yesterday, and I'll explain it here too. But there are different days. On different days, you need different things. Some days you need more sleep than the other days. Some days you need more food than the other days. Sometimes you just need, I don't know what you need, but you got to find that balance. And some days the sleep that you might need today may not be what you need tomorrow. And what you need tomorrow might not be what you need the following day. And that each one of us, I think I saw a post like this last night and I showed the kid. I don't think I reposted it, but essentially we're each our own garden. And like your garden, sometimes it needs more water than it needs sun. And sometimes it needs more sun than water. And sometimes it needs fertilizer. And sometimes it needs different things. And if you are like your own garden, then you need different things on different days. Sometimes you need more sun. Sometimes you need more water. Pick one and go with it. Also, I saw a post and it really resonates with the things that I talk about. And it's like the sun was shining, or it was raining, and the flower was like, ooh, I actually needed this today. And then in the next picture it says, the sun is totally shining, and the flower says, ooh, I actually needed this today. So whether it's storming or sunshiny in your life, it's probably what you need in that day. Cheers. So yeah, I keep using up all the coffee cups because I haven't washed any. In fact, we're so out of clean dishes that there are no clean forks. There's like 20 forks, and there are none. Misty wasn't feeling it, so it is what it is, and that's okay. I'll get them done, I'll get them cleaned up, and it will be fine. But sometimes in the moment, it's not what I need to do. Sometimes in the moment, I need to rest, I need to sleep, I need to do something other than what I feel others feel maybe I need to do, or maybe it's what I feel I need to do. Most of it's just about me and what I feel I need to do. Like if it was up to my grandma would not say, oh, the dishes need done. She's never said that. In fact, she's encouraged me in the past, just leave them till tomorrow. It'll be fine. So I take grandma's advice, and there's a lot of times, not so often anymore, but there's a lot of times I leave the dishes to the next day. It'll be fine. It's grandma's words, not mine. So thanks, Grandma. Cheers. I feel like I have an eyelash or a loose hair in my eyeball. It's probably loose hair from the hair that I have not put back. This is bed hair. I got bed head right now. And the husband says, it looks like you've been through the ringer. I said, yeah, just a little bit. The bed got me. The pillows, the blankets, it got me last night. And it is what it is. So, and I'm not uber inspirational, but sometimes sharing what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through, will help somebody else. So like the kid and I were kind of arguing yesterday, She didn't understand self-care weekend. And there are times when I do self-care weekend with her where it's not a punishment, it's not a negative, but just recently she had a self-care weekend that was caused by her actions or her attitude with her mother. So uh, she said, I still don't understand why I had self-care weekend when I just don't understand it. I said, because you don't want me to go out with you to your events. You don't want me to show up at your events. Well, you're just too weird, Mom. You're just too weird. And I said, well, when you're happy and not depressed and you feel like you got things going right in your life, you tend to let go of the normal stuff and you become a little bit weird. Am I weird for everybody? No. Am I weird for some people? Sure. Same as you. You're weird for others, but not for yourself and not for the people that matter. And even if you are weird for the people that matter, does it really matter? No, it doesn't really matter because you're happy. And I kind of yelled at her yesterday morning and I said, and it probably shouldn't have happened. Like the whole conversation probably shouldn't have happened. She should have been at school, but we had a flat tire. We couldn't do anything about it. So it is what it is. Either way, she's like, I'm totally embarrassed by you and whenever we go out. So I give her something that she embarrasses me with when we go out, which is why we don't go out a lot because she continues to do it. So I have stated that to her, like, when you do this, it embarrasses me. So, and it doesn't matter how many times I ask you to stop, you still do it. So I guess as long as you're still doing what you're doing, I'm going to be outsidely weird. I'm going to be outwardly weird, whether you like it or not, because I'm comfortable with who I am. But the whole point of self-care weekend was because she was like, ooh, Mom, you're too weird. You're too much. I don't want you out at my choir events, at my things. I don't want you to come see them because you're too weird. I said, oh, so now we're back to, I've been trying to, kind of give her the rundown on being an abused child and what I kind of grew up with and what she's not growing up with. And I don't know if she's made the connection yet, but she's not growing up with it. But where was I going with that? I don't know. So I've just been trying to explain to her the different things and whatnot about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And I went on to say, by you, because I have talked to her extensively about the way I grew up. I can't do this anymore. I have talked to her extensively about the way that I grew up, and it wasn't fun. And she doesn't get it, and I get it that she doesn't get it, but then she said, I don't want you to be at my events because you're too weird. I said, oh, so here's another person in my life that's telling me what I can and can't do because it's embarrassing to you, because I'm not depressed, so I'm outwardly myself these days. And when I'm depressed, I am not outwardly myself. When I'm depressed, I'm secluded, I'm a recluse, I just keep to myself, I hermit up, and because you know who doesn't hurt me when I'm a hermit? Nobody. When I'm a hermit and I stay by myself, nobody has the ability to hurt me. Just leave me alone. As long as people stay outside of my bubble, no one can hurt me. But now I'm coming out, I'm not depressed, I'm not a hermit, and now I'm coming out and I want to socialize, and I'm being told by my child she doesn't want me to do it. Well, it really doesn't matter if you want me to do it or not. I'm still going to do it because I'm sorry, I'm not the insensitive, not caring parent that abuses you and yells and screams at you. I'm not that person. So you don't get to be the cool kid at school because I don't do that stuff. All of the other cool kids, their parents yell and scream and blah, 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 blah. I know because I've heard it. And I really said to her yesterday, I said, that's the parent that I used to be. I could totally be that parent now. And she was fearful and tearful, and she just was not happy. I said, if you want me to be that obnoxious, demanding, blah, blah, blah parent, I told her, I said, the older kids and what I dealt with In this moment, if you're not in school, I would have been told to go get the dishes done, go get the laundry done, while my parent sat down and did nothing except supervise me getting that stuff done. And when her siblings were younger, I did the exact same thing to them. I sat around because that's what I was taught. I sat around and I said, now you go do the dishes and you go do this and you go do this. And I expect it to be done the way I would do it. It's still not the right way to do it. But, I told her, I said, hey, I can say, get off your fucking ass and go get that shit done. If you don't, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I could have said that to her yesterday. I said, that's how your friends' parents treat them, isn't it? Oh, you don't want me to treat you the way your friends' parents are treating you? Then maybe we can show them some respect. And when she's outwardly weird, I'm sorry that you don't like it, but all the other kids are embarrassed by their parents by something, somehow, some way. Sorry, I'm embarrassing. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to dim myself down because you're embarrassed, because I'm outwardly positive, because I'm no longer depressed anymore. I know that was a lot. But it's a conversation I had yesterday. And sometimes, I need to put that out there so others can take from that and use it for themselves in their own parent-child relationship. So, cheers. It wasn't the best conversation. And by the end of the conversation, she lost her tablet. I was not happy with the way she was giving me attitude in the middle of the conversation. She lost her tablet for the entire rest of the day. Oh, not because of that conversation, but because she was out of school yesterday. We had her email her teachers and say, hey, I'm not going to be in school today. It's not that I'm sick. We just have a flat tire. I can't get in there. It's fine. So is there any assignments I can do before I come back to school? So then she brought me her stuff, her device that she emailed them on to show me the teacher's responses to her inquiry for homework. And I hit the back button one too many times. And she all of a sudden was like, oh, get out of my email, Mom. Oh, because Mom wasn't in your email up to that point. Did I hit the back button one too many times? Possibly. But I was not in your email. But now, since you're in my email, why are you in my email? But now, since that, let me check your email. And then she lost all of her privacy for the entire rest of the day. She's like, I don't know why I'm losing my privacy. Maybe you shouldn't have responded in the way that you did. And you're going to learn, either with me taking things away or learning how to respect things and maybe pay the fuck attention, that I'm not actually in your email. I just hit the back button one too many times. But if you want me to be in your email, give me your device, and now I'm going to go through your email whether you like it or not. And she totally did not like it, but I went through every email that she had on there. Don't give me attitude in the middle of me checking your shit. And I won't go through your stuff. And then she lost her. She's like, so I'm losing my privacy? Absolutely. Because see, you had it, and then you got shitty with your mom, and then you lost it. Cheers. Spring break starts tomorrow. So she'll be home for the whole next week. Not that I'm upset about that. I'm not, but we're going to learn some things over spring break. Yeah. And not in a bad way, not in a, I tell her things and I say it in a way that makes her think. I don't know. Oh, she had makeup, and I still haven't given her makeup back because she got grounded for a week for taking her makeup to school and drawing lines on her face with her makeup. So she got grounded from her makeup. What else was it? I don't know. There was something else I was going to say. But, that's just sometimes the things that you got to deal with. And it's not always pleasant to deal with these things. And sometimes it will make you exhausted. And that's what it did yesterday. It made me exhausted. I didn't get as much done on my cookies that I wanted to do. I did finish up the flavor. Mostly. I got, this is full. Can't push down any because it's all full. Still got cookies in the other room that gotta go in. So, excuse me, coffee burps. So on a Thursday, find your things to feel grateful for. It could be that, you got through the arguing with your daughter or whatever it is that you were doing. Could be that you got through the storms that came through yesterday. So find something to feel grateful for. It doesn't matter what it is. Could be that you actually have a coffee cup, even though every other dish in the house is dirty. Cheers. And used to be, before I would do my videos, I would make sure I would even start the dishes and, appear like I cared. I still care, but I don't care enough to begin that before I do this. It doesn't matter. It's fine. They've not been sitting there for days and days and days. They've just been sitting there since yesterday. It's okay. I'll get to them momentarily. After I get done with this, I'll turn on my show and get to work doing stuff because it's what I do. Whatever. So also be your own magic. Find your own magic in whatever. Hey, good morning, Betty. Cheers. Nice seeing you. Oh, I can't see you, but you can see me. So, cheers. How are you guys doing down there? I think you're in Florida, right? Georgia? I don't remember. Cheers, Buttercup. I do these things every morning. I do these things every single morning. So, sometimes I ramble, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get to the point, sometimes I beat around the bush. And therein lies my magic. Find your own magic, whatever it is. And see, as I'm talking, I'm pumping myself up. Like just at the beginning of this video, I was lethargic and kind of like a hermit and I didn't feel like doing. And I go down and I feel like a croissant. But as I start talking myself through whatever it is I'm going through, I start feeling a little bit better. Less croissant-like. I start sitting up straight and I start feeling like, hey, I can conquer the day. I'm not even trying to conquer the world anymore. I just want to conquer the day. Maybe even the next 5 minutes. And know exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 minutes. Probably dishes or rambling still. Who knows? Who knows how long my rambling lasts. Also, be your own sunshine. It doesn't matter what's going on. I know the storms came through yesterday and a lot of people had a problem, had hard times with that. And it's okay. Even if things don't work out the way you think they should, you can still be your own sunshine. And I know how hard it is to have things happen and you don't feel sunshiny, and it's okay. You don't have to every single moment of every single day. You're going to have up moments where you feel like your own sunshine, and you're going to have down moments where you feel like you're the world's biggest piece of crap. And you're going to have those every single day, whether it's a good day or a bad day, a good moment or a bad moment, you're going to have those. And it's up to you to find your balance in between the two. And I know sometimes, man, there are days when I don't feel like going on. I don't feel like, why should I keep going on if this bullshit keeps happening? I have days like that. I don't always share it, but I do have days like that where I feel, but eventually, I've been working on myself so I don't stay in that mindset for very long where I'm feeling like crap. I don't try to stay in that mindset for very long because I know the longer I stay, the harder it is to get out of it. So I've got to, feel bad for just a little bit and then let it go. It's not the easiest to let it go, but when you can learn to let it go, you've got to move on. You got to do something different. And so that's what I do. I have to let it go and I have to do something different. Does it hurt to let things go, to not worry about them? Yes. But I've trained myself to let it go anyway. Doesn't matter how much it hurts to let it go, because I know that once I let it go, whatever it is that's bothering me, once I let it go, a solution, and I go mess with something else that needs to be messed with, dishes, laundry, whatever, cookies, yarn. As soon as I let whatever it is go, and I really stop thinking about it, like for real, stop thinking about it. And I go concentrate on something completely different. And every time I think about it, I'm like, no, we're not thinking about that thing that we're not thinking about. I have to tell myself that. You know what happens? Every time I let something go and I stop worrying about it, things fix itself. Whatever it may be. it fixes itself. It may not fix itself totally, but I stopped hearing about it. So essentially it's fixing itself. So that's all I got. Hope everyone has a great, lovely, amazing Thursday. I'm still kind of tired, but I'm going to get up and motivate myself to motivate myself. Because sometimes you got to get up and do before the motivation arrives. That's all I got. Hope everyone has a great day. Misty.